as far as the brake. Oh, it doesn't know where the lines are. You can tell it's kind of hanging out in the middle. I'm gonna step on the accelerator. They're being a little bit awkward. Okay, there. I guarantee you the first time there's gonna be a major accident with full self-driving beta, I guarantee you, I'll put money on it, it's gonna be a rear end crash. Full self-driving beta freaks me out enough. I don't need it freaking other people out. I'm gonna be very, very interested to see how it handles this, because this is gonna be very hard. You cannot see the lines or anything on the road. There's a lot of snow. Full self-driving may be degraded. Hey everybody, John here. All right, it is Monday and it is snowing outside like a lot. We had a little bit of a storm last night. I'd say we probably got about 4 inches. I am off to Bolingbrook here from Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Live here in the northwest suburbs. I've had full self-driving beta software since October 24th, 2021. Been using autopilot and all the other full self-driving limited features outside of beta for a very long time, since probably middle of 2019. So I'm here and I do not have it turned on, but in a moment here I am going to enable full self-driving beta. We're going to see how well it does with all of this snow. So there are no lines on the road right now, and it does let me turn it on. So I'm going to go ahead and try it here. I'm going to turn it on. My hands are not on the wheel, and the car is in control as far as the brake. Oh, okay. I was going to go right into the snowbank there. I think it got confused on as far as the side of the road, so I did have to take over. That was frightening. We're going to see here how it does on the main road. So I am not going to be testing this out if there's a lot of traffic around me, especially if there's someone right in back of me. Not a good idea. Not safe at all. This is uncharted territory as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I've never tested it in these conditions, and I really don't think or would ever expect that it would work very well, but I am going to put it to the test here. So we are out on the main road and my tires are slipping like crazy. There's a little orange symbol coming up right now telling me that the tires are slipping. This is a rear wheel drive Tesla Model 3, a long range that I purchased in 2019. They discontinued making this vehicle shortly after I purchased it. So the windshield wipers, they're automatically turned on to clear the debris. I'm assuming there was some water droplets blocking the camera. And I'm going to turn this on in the safest spot possible, because even though I'm very comfortable with winter driving, I'm not comfortable with everybody else around me. And you always have to account for worst case scenario. And throwing beta into the mix is just not a wise idea. So right now, where it's slow enough, I'm going 14 miles an hour. It should be okay to turn it on. I'm going to dial the speed way down here, and we're just going to see very cautiously. So it's going around this car. It's trying to get into, okay, now it's trying to go back. It doesn't know where the lines are. You can tell it's kind of hanging out in the middle. I'm going to step on the accelerator. They're being a little bit awkward. Okay, there, take over immediately. I'm getting back into the right lane. That was not what I thought it would do. It really got those lines wrong. But again, you can't see any lines. It's amazing it's actually drawing them at all on the screen. However, you do see them kind of coming and going, which is indicating that it really is confused. So the cameras can't see very much in all of this mess. So these cars turning right, looks like they need to fill up. That's the beautiful thing, is every time I leave my house, I've got 90%. 80 to 90% battery. Okay, it is a green arrow. Okay, so I'm going to go on the yellow and sliding, really nicely sliding there. Okay, and this car behind me is very impatient. Go. I don't want to mess with people that are trying to speed in bad weather. And here's a semi-truck. There's no way I'm going to turn it on right now. You cannot see anything. It is too dangerous to test. Big semi-truck in front of me. Like I said, you can't see any lines. The display is really struggling. Sometimes the yellow, the median, is actually showing up in the middle of the road here. So it really can't distinguish what is what right now. So now that we're kind of in this area right here, there's nobody behind me. There is that truck there. I'm going especially slow. I'm going to attempt to turn it on here and dial the speed way down. Okay, take over immediately. So there, it slipped again on the snow. really cannot handle this weather at all, and it keeps wanting to go up to 50 miles per hour. So that's another thing, is that this was mentioned previously, I think on Facebook, that there really needs to be a feature that identifies poor weather and acts or reacts to it. In other words, lowers the speed, maybe gives you limited features. There needs to be something, because when you look at the screen here, you're seeing a lot of uncertainty. And that uncertainty, once it passes a certain threshold, should be a trigger to enable certain safety features. And I'm not seeing those at all. The car behaves as if there's not a care in the world, and we're going to continue on like it's normal weather. And that's the thing, is should be able to carry on with normal weather in the finished product. And that's where I think full self-driving, it's a catch-22 in some ways, because think about how would you account for weather in the middle? Well, this is pretty bad right here, but how would you account for weather in like a hurricane, or if you have a tornado coming through? Like, would you really rely on self-driving technology? So there's that fear too, is that this is very science fiction here, but there's that fear that humans would get too used to automated features that in the future they'd forget how to do everything manually. And boom, within a split second, there you go, big rear end. And I guarantee you, the first time there's going to be a major accident with full self-driving beta, I guarantee you, I'll put money on it, it's going to be a rear end crash. So again, it's very, very risky to turn on full self-driving beta right now. I mean, I could. It looks like it's taking us out on the highway. As soon as it's in a safe spot and there's not someone right behind me, I'll try turning it back on. But after the couple of failures that we've had, I'm really not optimistic to try it again here. And I also don't want to create an accident, obviously. So, but this person right behind me is making me very nervous, and I don't want to freak him out, because I mean, full self-driving beta freaks me out enough. I don't need it freaking other people out. Okay, so you can see right here, the lines are a little bit more distinct. You can at least see that there's a middle, a right, and a left. And okay, car coming right in front of me. I still do not have it enabled. I think it would be very foolish to be testing it right now. So I'm just gonna wait. And now the person behind me is trying to go around me. I hate when people are impatient in this weather. It's like, I don't know why people are in such a rush when the weather is this bad. Blows my mind. Okay, so braking is a little bit iffy. My ABS system just came in. I could feel it. It's definitely slippery out here. I have brand new tires on, so that's another comfort for me to be driving in this weather. Some people, they would never even go out in this weather. Okay, I am slipping right now. My rear end is just kind of wobbling all over the place. So, again, very foolish if I were to turn on full self-driving beta. But, I'm much more worried about the people behind me than I am about myself here, because I know my limit and I'm not going to push it here. So there's a car in the middle. As you can see, at least the cameras are picking up all of the vehicles around me, which is nice. So now, once you're in an area like this, I would say it's okay to test it. But again, it's going to go right up to 50 miles per hour. So I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to dial it down. See, now here it's speeding way up. Okay, I'm going to slow it down. So I'm making it 30. So we are drifting right now. It's really frightening to me. I mean, I don't know if we're sliding, but okay, so I'm going to go up just a tiny bit to 31. It's kind of going into the left lane a little bit. It doesn't know which lane is which. Now it's trying to turn left. It's like it's trying to go around. I don't know why. Changing lanes to follow route. Don't know why it's going in the left. Oof. Okay, now going way over in the left. Okay, it looks like I don't know what I'm doing to the person behind me. So I am going to turn it off. And now the car is on the right side closing the gap. And I do need to get to the right. So I don't know why full self-driving beta just put me in the left lane. But we're going to live with it here and get back in the right lane. It's just going to look really weird to the people behind me. And again, I don't understand why these people are in such a rush, because it's such bad weather. Okay. So here it almost looks like we could turn it on. So I think my cameras are blocked. So previously I had the auto windshield wipers turned on and the windshield wipers were just going crazy. So I think there's some snow or some water that's blocking the front cameras. I'll show you here what happens if I turn it to auto. So the windshield wipers just start going crazy and they won't stop. So I think at the very top there's some ice or something and it's not clearing the camera. So it's really trying to regain visibility. Now you can see I can turn it on. There was a small spot there where I could turn it on. So these auto windshield wipers, I think you have to have them turned on to auto to use full self-driving beta. So, or full self-driving or what they call navigate on autopilot, because this stack performs the same as it did before I got full self-driving beta. Okay, here we go. I can turn it on. So sure enough, it goes straight up to 65. I'm going to dial it way down here. So it is going to keep the distance. I'm going to back off the distance to 5, 6 cars. I don't want to be anywhere near this car. There is someone right in back of us, and I'm going to apply a little bit of windshield wiper fluid here, see if that helps, because it's awfully icy. There's something stuck on the windshield wipers. Okay, slowing down so you can see here it's doing just fine. It does recognize the lane here, surprisingly, and I am going very, very slow, obviously, so I can afford to kind of have this still enabled, but keeping a very close eye on the road. So I think I'm going to get a call here from my coworker any moment, and then we are going to have to basically get off at this first exit because this traffic is so slow, it really doesn't make any sense to keep traveling. Okay, so coming up here, I'm not comfortable to turn it on here yet. Let me get in the left turn lane because it would go, like I said, it just ignores this bad weather and will drive like it would normally drive, and that's just a little bit too fast for this right now. So now that we're in the left turn lane coming up, I think it would be okay to turn it on, but I'm just going to close the gap here just in case. Do not want anything to create an accident. So, okay, now that we're at the light, I'll go ahead and turn it back on again. Whew, so for you guys, it's probably just as stressful watching this as it is for me going and driving through this. But this is definitely not ready for prime time, not even close. So as soon as this light turns green, it's going to attempt to go through the intersection. So I'm going to be very, very interested to see how it handles this, because this is going to be very hard. You cannot see the lines or anything on the road. There's a lot of snow. Okay, so it's going forward here. Ooh, this makes me very nervous. Okay, slowing down because of this car and turning. Okay, going really quickly. Okay. And not knowing where the lane is, going really fast now, spinning. Okay, wow, it actually went through. Okay, going a little bit too fast for me. I'm going to slow it down. So it's following this person really, really well. I mean, I wouldn't be going this fast, so I'm slowing it down to 29. Just so I have a little bit more control here, but I have not done anything. I mean, as far as taking over. So I like having this gap. This is comfortable to me, because now if this other car in front of me does something stupid, I can react. This is how you drive in the winter. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it off because we need to start slowing down, and I do not think my car is going to do that. And then we also need to get in this right lane. No way would I trust Beta with that right now. It would be very, 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 very challenging to do this with all of this stuff in the road. Okay, so could turn it on here, but this guy is really close behind me, so not a good idea. Not gonna do it. The car coming up behind me is closing the gap and making me nervous. So again, the biggest issue is not full self-driving beta, it's the people around you. So if these streets were completely clear of cars, I would have no problem testing it. But other people just scare the crap out of me. Okay. So here we are at the intersection. We're gonna wait for the light to turn green. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna turn on full self-driving beta. We're gonna see if it can do this. So it's slipping. Okay, tires are slipping, take over immediately. Okay. So again, to get out of that, I just hit up with the right drive stalk and it will cancel. Another way to get out of that is to hit on the brakes. Okay, so now here we are on this road and it looks like we can turn it on. It would be very, very hard for it to know what to do if I did turn it on, because the lines, you can see there's not much certainty as far as what is what. And the speed limit is 40, and if I turn it on, it's immediately going to start to try to go 45 miles per hour, whereas I'm only comfortable going 25, 26. So what I'm going to do is turn it on and immediately bring that speed all the way down. So 26, there we go, 25. This is comfortable. Now I'm going to be ready to take over. At least it has a clear indicator of that red boundary, the side of the road. That is a very clear indication. Now, any incorrect move could send me into the gutter here. I am ready to take over. This is making me really nervous. Okay, it's almost going into the other lane. Surprisingly, it's staying in the lane. Full self-driving may be degraded. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay, so now I'm slowing down. I had to take over there. It was kind of going into the other lane. I don't know why it was doing that. So here we are now. I love that a message comes up to notify me that full self-driving may be degraded. Thank you for that. So we're at the red light. Usually you can turn it on at any time. Okay, so I am in hold. Let me just put it in drive here again. Okay, so it's not letting me turn it on for some reason. I don't know if it just can't see the lines, but usually when you're at an intersection, at a stoplight, you can turn it on. Okay, it is letting me turn it on now. It is seeing the boundary with a good degree of confidence, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And again, I'm going to bring the speed way down. Okay, I had to take over there. It was getting a little bit too close to the edge. Turning it back on, bringing the speed down. Again, it wants to go way too fast. 26 is all I'm comfortable with. There's a car coming up behind us in the left, going way too fast. Again, people are really crazy. Okay, and speeding up a little bit. Okay, 29. I'm okay with 29 as long as I'm monitoring it. Okay, there's no car behind me, so we are clear here. And slowing it down here for this turn. I'm going to slow it way down. Only comfortable going like 18 or so here. Another car coming up behind me. I play it safe, and you have to be, like I said, the most careful about other people. So it's doing a very good job here. Okay, so staying in the lane. Ooh, making me uncomfortable. Okay, ooh, drifting over. It was not supposed to do that, so I did take over there. Okay, now I don't know if it's going to be able to execute this turn, and because there's someone right behind me, I'm not going to chance it. So here we go, turning right manually. All right. So, here's a little symbol saying we're slipping. Yeah, and I'm getting through this, but barely. There's a lot of snow on this road. They haven't plowed this one in a little while, it looks like. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Man, today was a stressful one. I hope not to have too many more of these stressful drives. Hopefully the weather clears up a little bit. Be safe out there.